Good morning, people of YouTube. It is Wednesday, February 22nd. Wednesday, February 22nd, and it is 9:23 a.m., 7 minutes before New York opens. And I wanted to talk to you about a trade or a series of trades that I did earlier. If you've been watching my videos by now, you know I am an early bird. I love to wake up really early. And by really early, I mean 4 in the morning, 5. And I don't need an alarm clock for that. I just wake up. It's just, I've been doing it for so long that I wake up early. And so I love to wake up and spend some time in prayer and look at the charts right after that. And I've noticed that we had some very good opportunities, and I took the trades. As you can see right here, what you're seeing right now on the charts, these are the hourly charts. So I'm gonna take down to 15 minutes so you can potentially see better all the trades I took. Starting right here, I bought 3 contracts, and this was, let me get crosshair so you can see. Yeah, that was at 4:30 a.m. 4:30 a.m. is when I took the first trade, and that was from here to here. As you can see, scalping is just it's really, you try to look for really small plays. Then I took this one here, and then a bunch of trades right here on this section. And I'm looking at the 15-minute chart, but so you can kind of see them close by and how small those trades tend to be. Um, all of those trades, because I took most of them with 3 contracts, yield some very nice return. Actually, let me show you here. This is so far. I'm actually tempted not to take another trade because as you can see, I took all these trades with no losses. So as of now, and it is only what, 9:26. So I took 10 trades, average 38 contract, total profit 1025 minus my commissions. In this case, I'm paying a lot more than usual since I'm trading 3 contracts, and it's about 430, 4 something. I like to round it up to 5 per contract, and so it gave me a total fees paid of $87. But as you can see, today I am up 100% out of 10 trades. So it's not the luck of the draw, as some people say. It's not gambling, as some tend to believe. You cannot gamble and be consistent, winning consistently above 70-80%. And my bad days, my terrible days, I'm at 50%. And for the most part, I try to stay above 60. So having said that, I'm gonna see if I find another trade. I might get my Lucy trade to later, or I might just keep it as it is because I have 937, and that's more than enough for me. I'm not greedy. That's just plenty. It's not even 9:30 in the morning. Okay, and if you can do that consistently, you can grow your account. Or in my case, I use it as income, and so it will be adding up if you can keep making these trades on a daily basis. Now, let me show you really quick yesterday. Yesterday, I took super early trades and then I had to go to work because I still work. I do have a job, and I left by 8:30 or 9:30, something like that. And so I was not able to have my mind wrap around and talking to you guys on video. You know, this thing of being a YouTuber or creating content, it requires a different set of skills, and stay engaging and talking, and sometimes it's just a different challenge. So yesterday I was rushing, getting ready to work, and I took quite a few trades. Let me show you that. Here it is, a recap from yesterday. And let me see. You are looking at it. So on that recap, you can see yesterday I took 29 trades, a total of 92 contracts. Out of those 29 trades, I only had 4 losing trades. 4 losing. Oh, we got the bell. The market is open. So I got 4 losing trades, which gave me a total loss of 1170. Yeah, 1170. But yesterday morning, I was able to drive my total revenue to 2765, $2,765. And that was mostly between 4 in the morning, 4:52 in the morning, and 8. Then I took some other trades as I was outside my office from the phone, and I made some other. I added some profit, and I finished yesterday with 1384, $1,384. That was for yesterday alone, and not counting what I did so far today. So yesterday in commissions was 210. So when you take the commissions plus the losses, that brought that total net sales or revenue at 1384. And so wanted to highlight something a friend of mine mentioned yesterday. He says your average, because I shared this with some people on yesterday, and he mentioned how my average losing was larger than my average winning. And if you look at the stats, the average losing for yesterday was 292.50, and my average winning from yesterday was 110. My largest winning was 540, and my largest losing was 440. So when he gives you the average, and you can look at my stats as I've been showing them every time I stream, the average losing is calculated based on the numbers of losses. So I have 4 losses, and out of the 4, the average was 292. Now, on the winning side, I had 25 winning trades, and out of those 25, the average was 110. So at the end of the day, what matters is to be profitable. And in this case, you can see that having a win ratio of 86%, 86%, we're talking about algo, type of performance. And it's just done manually, as you can see, and it is done um, trading and scalping. So with that being said, let's go now and focus on the day. And let me get this out of the way, and I'm gonna let the music back up, and I'm going to see if I add another couple of trades before 10. My goal is to wrap it up by 10 a.m. today. So let's see. See, that's what I'm talking about. That was a mistake. And I mean, I am wanting to go long. The market is going to be pushing higher for the time being, but I accidentally, that was a mistake. I accidentally hit three contracts, which I had it set up for three contracts on one of my screens. And that's what I was doing earlier. And then I saw the three contracts and decided to just close that because I didn't want three contracts, thinking that it was not gonna take too much, and it did, took a bite of about $200, $200, 195, 195. All right, it's okay. We can manage. I rather because I'm buying from the top and it's going to break. That's why I'm confident it will break. At least, again, my mindset. Keep in mind that is I'm scalping, so it's looking to break. And the 53s, well, it's already, yeah, I put in that trade at 45 right here, 49. So look, it's already at 60. Even if I would have left that trade on, it would have been in profit. It just touched this previous high, but let me see what my control panel says. We should go, even if it push back. Hold on. We might go back down. But as you can see, I went in here. That would have been a scalp, which I was planning to close right here at the top. That was my original intention with one contract. I didn't want to do three. But look at the delta. It's incredibly positive to the upside. But let's see. There's a big dump of orders just coming on the buyers as we're trying to break that strong level of resistance at 63.25. 63.25 is that level that the bulls are trying to break. And for what I can see, they might do it. At least for the time being. So a lot of you, or most of you probably are used to, if you have done any type of investing or even trading, whenever you get a bias on, or you want to have an understanding where the market is going, you're really not thinking in minutes. And so whenever you hear me saying it's going to break or it's going to go up, I'm not looking for a long run. I'm looking just for potentially a nice 10, 20 points move, which in NASDAQ is really fast. And if you're able to do that consistently, you can see my results. Yeah, well, yeah, the market, now we might stay here ranging a little bit before we break. But if we look at the daily, let's see. Yeah, this is now breaking. There you go. It's pushing through. It's pushing through. And if it does, and it managed to stay above the 60, we then might go to the 80s. 80s and then the 90s. Yeah, we have some very large print As you can see right here, I'm showing you on the tape, very large prints at the 65. 6350, 63.5. You have 150 contracts and 110 contract executed to the buy side. And this is why I knew by reading the flow is that's how you know if it's gonna break or not. That's why understanding flow it's important in trading. I just don't understand why people trade without understanding it. But uh, when you see this type of prints on in every instrument is different. On Nasdaq, this is a large number. You know, when you look at other assets like S&P, the E-minis, this is average large. You know, you'll see on the E-mini 400s, 500s, 300s, 1,000 sometimes. With Nasdaq, you also see those, but from very, very rare. For the most part, when you see this type of print, um, you know, you are on the right side if you go long, because that's where they're heading. The big smart money is heading up. And so look, they just broke the 60. Now I'm out of that trade. Which if I would have left that, even the mistake, I would be in tremendous profit right now with close to 30 points times three contracts. Would have been nice. But this is the type of challenges that I myself have to focus on as I'm streaming and trying to bring you quality content and understanding. And so I missed that, changing that order. So right now, this is just what you're seeing here. Based on the order flow, we're still long. We're just getting absorbed by all the selling activity. And then we do have some prints of sellers being triggered. But the bias continues to be long. Now, after this point, so one of the techniques we use to understand where we are in the market is the alio waves. And as you can see here, this has formed a beautiful end wave. The second leg of the end, it's in the works right now. It's in the works right now. So we might get all the way to 200. If you were leaving this trade running for a longer period of time, I will be shooting somewhere around 95 or 200, and that will complete an end wave. And there are all kinds of different formations, but this one is a textbook formation right here, which gave you that beautiful entry right at BWAP. And if you were holding, then this was your trade. And this is also another thing you can notice is this bar was right at 930. So we did actually broke the low here from the previous um, support that was established since 9 a.m. I'm sorry, 8 a.m., 8:15. So for about an hour and a half, this area acted as support, and the open pushed it just slightly, small push, and then it just went up, forming a beautiful formation there. Now, as you know, with the markets, whenever you think you're seeing something, like I think I'm seeing an end wave in the works. I am confident that if I was to stay on a long trade, until I don't see any large prints to the downside, I will continue to hold. But and but as of now, this could go, and stayed on a range somewhere around this area, and they keep on going up. So yeah, my indications of the overall flow right now, it's telling me that we might be on a range, or a range might be in the works right now. So I'm debating whether I stay quiet, whether I talk. Why don't you guys let me know what you like? If you watching this stream, comment. Do you like me to explain what I'm doing, or you just want to watch it, or you want to, what's best? Because if you are trading alongside, look all the selling that is coming, but it's being absorbed by the buyers. By the way, it's not going nowhere. All that push to the downside, it should be held. I estimated the lowest that we might pull back is back to the VWAP, but somewhere around 40s might be a good support to enter long again if you're waiting for that best entry. But with these things coming on to 10 o'clock, that's what it's that's a change of time. um I will not place a limit order at 40. I could, but there are going to be some algos, and you can see how they are being heavily. Yeah, they're selling. Let me see. I didn't realize I was that low. Now we got another print right here, 143, another buyer confirming our long bias. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that those guys buying those large sizes are going to stay there for a long time. They could very easily buy 140 contracts, scalp a few points, and then sell them, sell all of it, and dump on the market. So that's why, in my experience, you see how it's acting at the 40s. I told you to buy at the 40s, but because it's coming to the 9, but the 40s is going to act as a support. You can see the volatility. It touched the 40 and now it's trying to go back up. But if it keeps pushing down, then you may want to consider the BWAP, which I think it's going to do. It's a lot of dumping. Yep. See, we're still reacting around that 40. Let me make it look. Let's see what happens at BWAP. Yeah, the market is getting ready to potentially go lower. So as we're coming to 10 o'clock, it's 5 minutes away from 10, I can see the sentiment slightly changing now. What that means for scalpers in our philosophy is that if I wanted to go long right now, I will rather wait to confirm we are indeed going to try to go higher. So you can see the delta, even though it's lowering the price, yeah, we're gonna go higher now. We should go higher. Look at the size of this delta. This delta, it's telling me that all this selling pressure is being absorbed by buyers. You know, it's being absorbed by buyers. So one thing, you know, you have to, if you want to trade for income and you have a job or a business to go to, uh, just get in the habit to wake up early. You can see I do very well waking up early and trading the London session. If you're not used to or you don't understand what that means because you never traded Forex, futures markets are open 24/7. And that means that investors and traders from all over the world, they have a chance to trade these markets at during their sessions. So European markets are open at 3 in the morning. So whenever I get up at 4 or 5 and I look at the markets, mostly what I'm looking at is at the price action from the Europeans trading our market. They log in and they are trading Nasdaq, and so volatility is relatively easier to trade because it doesn't mean that they still don't manipulate the markets, because they still do. Some of the rules for market makers are the same, and the way they make their money is by manipulating sometimes and making people believe it's going in one way when actually they're positioning themselves for another one. See how we're dealing with that BWAP right now, but and we see that the order flow continues to push lower. And so let's see what happens. Now, the bears, as they continue to push lower, they continue to be absorbed by the buyers. But my other indicators, yeah, the order flow continues to be heavily bearish. And as we're coming to 10, I think they want to take this low and then trap all these bears, all these bulls. Yep, they're going to try to push now the low. And by me explaining to you live, it goes to show you why my philosophy is to trade such a small trades. Because when you're trading an instrument that can potentially make you $1,000 in a minute, you have to understand that the risk is also going against you. It can make you lose $1,000 in a minute. And so I've discovered that number one, I'm not that smart, nor I have the power to predict the future. But I only can do what I can only do is read what they are doing and try to understand what they are doing. And so right now, they are pushing to the low, and I can potentially, let me see. Would that be it? So it is 10:01. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Look what happened. Look at the difference. Look at the size of this bar and look at the absorption that took place with that bar. Now, coming to 10 o'clock, there is no more absorption. Bears are gaining control. You see that? So now this candle, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes all the way down, even to the low, the overnight low, which it was right here at 6:30 a.m. They did push that 63s. It's 1263s. That was at 3:45. Then they revisit that level at 6:30. All right, just give me 1 second. I'm getting a phone call, so I'll be right back. All right. Well, so much for that phone call. Took longer, and I had to do other things. Um, so I couldn't come back here. I can see we were talking about this trade right here, and took a nice drop right after that. At 10 a.m., it just continued to drop. Well, you probably were watching this. I was not. I went away from my desk. So now we're back inside. The price is getting back inside this range. Let's see what happens now. When you look at things from a larger perspective, all right. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go for now. Yes. So if I do take another trade, I will include it in tomorrow's recap. But I'm going to leave this order open here. Potentially, no, I'm gonna close it because I won't be paying too much attention for the next hour or two. But yeah, that's it. So yeah, I took that mistake. So brought my total P&L to, let's see, 729 for the day. 729 for the day so far. We'll try to trade again later today, maybe in the afternoon. But as of now, it's 729.24. Thank you so much for, if you're still watching, well, thank you for hanging all this long. And